I think this is a very, very good game. We hit with everyone. They've got no defenders. Oh my gosh, now the 7. The deck pops. Felidar Retreat is just a really nice fit within the deck. We dropped some Luminarch Aspirants, which typically only distribute 1/1 tokens. But here, it's a little bit more expensive, yes, but we can distribute 1/1 tokens to everyone, plus give them Vigilance, which is amazing. And we can also... Hello again, welcome back, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today, we'll be playing with a deck I call the Spirit Retreat. If things have been overwhelming lately, through rank, you're getting frustrated, take a load off, check this deck out, and you should have no problem. We've got a 75% win rate within the top 50 Mythic, which is absolutely incredible, beating not only some of the best decks, but some of the best players. Today we'll break down the deck list, talk about strategies, synergies, watch the gameplay footage, discuss our playlines and interactions, and of course wrap up with our final thoughts. Thank you again for your support on the channel. It means so much to me. You can show this support as easily as dropping a thumbs up on each video. With that being said, let's get into the list and take a look at the deck. Heyo! Spirit Retreat, 60 cards, best of 1, 2.4 average mana, 30 creatures, 7 non-creatures, with a 23 lands. We do have 3 colors here, right? We have a Naya deck, which is white, red, and green. The split here is, generally balanced between Selesnya, white and green, with a splash of red here. We do have to change this to standard to make that perfect, but this is the deck. We are using the adventure baseline to fill the void of value. This is the Edgewall Innkeeper, a 1/1, and whenever you cast a creature spell that has adventure, draw a card. The whole deck is laced with adventure cards that provide high value through both the adventure and the creature, which is basically like 2 cards in one, and just upping your base card advantage over your opponent every time you play one. With that being said, when you do play the creatures, you're going to be getting that draw on the Innkeeper as well, further pushing you ahead within the card advantage game. We're also using the Clarion Spirit, a 2/2 for 2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Previously, we were using stuff like Luminarch Aspirant to increase the power of these tokens, but now we use Felidar Retreat for 4 mana. This is an enchantment with landfall. Choose 1 whenever a land enters the battlefield. Create a 2/2 white cat creature token, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures will gain vigilance until the end of turn. So instead of putting a token on one creature, we'll be putting them on all of the creatures at once, and of course we can also make the cat tokens if we need to go wider for a little bit. We have Toski, which can further give us that value. A 1/1 with indestructible, can't be countered. It attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So we'll be going wide with all of the 1/1 tokens from the Spirit, and then Toski will enter play. All of those flying creatures will be able to attack because there's so many of them, and we're going to get a bunch of draws from that, which will provide us with the following moves within the deck. Showdown of the Skalds, another 4 CMC enchantment. When it enters play, exile the top 4 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. And for the final 2 triggers of the saga, whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, which is quite nice. We can put those counters on Toski. We can put them on the creatures with flying for us. Wherever we need them to go, they can go. We've also incorporated a single copy of Shadowspear within the deck. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has trample and lifelink. There's so much aggro right now within the best of 1 that it wasn't enough just to be able to go wide and assemble those chump blockers, but I needed the life gain. I needed to be able to fight back a little bit, and we do have the spear here for that, and it can most easily go on the Lovestruck Beast. Now you get a 6/6 with trample and life gain, which is really quite formidable. Not a card we focus on, and there is so much draw within the deck that once we determine that we're playing against an aggro deck, we turn on the draw engines. We're going to find that Shadowspear, and it should be a pretty easy time once we do get it in play. With that being said, filling around the Edgewall Innkeeper through our adventure cards, we've got 4 copies of the Giant Killer, a 1/2 in which we can pay 2 mana plus tapping the Giant Killer to tap another target creature. This shuts down any of their creatures that may have life gain, and we don't want them to gain life because we want to get the kill as quickly as possible. This could also shut down any creature that provides them with a lot of value through any interactions like an Elder Gargaroth, something like this. It has Chop Down at 3 mana at instant speed as the adventure to destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Another key component within the deck is some of the removal. There's not a lot of it, so this is of very high value to us. Speaking of very high value, the Jaspera Sentinel, a 1/2 with reach. We can tap it to tap another untapped creature we control, generating 1 mana of any color. This will allow us to turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 Clarion Spirit, and then tap the Spirit and the Sentinel to drop something with 1 mana, whether it be a Giant Killer, an Innkeeper, a Heart's Desire from the Lovestruck Beast, thereby being the second spell cast this turn, triggering the Spirit to make a token, which is really quite nice. And we can end up with 4 creatures in play on turn 2, which is very, very impressive. We've got a single copy of the Luminarch Aspirant. I mentioned how we traded this out for the Felidar Retreat. I still run 1 copy of it for good luck. A 1/1, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I still like it because it can help trigger the Clarion Spirit for the Spirit generation. 2 copies of Shepherd of the Flock, a 3/1, ushered safety at instant speed as the adventure. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. This is very, very good. It can save the Spirit from removal. It can save the Innkeeper from removal. And it can even bounce back something like Showdown of the Skalds to our hand, so we can replay it, hereby gaining that Exile top 4 value and the +1/+1 triggers again, which is pretty impressive if you can pull that off. We've got 4 copies of the Lovestruck Beast, a 5/5 that can only attack if we control another 1/1. We have Heart's Desire, which creates a 1/1. Edgewall Innkeeper is a 1/1. And of course, we have Toski in the deck as well, which is a 1/1. So that should be no problem turning on the Lovestruck Beast. Heart's Desire at sorcery speed as the adventure, again, to create that 1/1 itself. 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant, a 4/3, and whenever it becomes a target of a spell, it will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. Stomp for 2 mana at instant speed as the adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. A little bit more removal for those lighter creatures, whereas the Giant Killer picks up the heavier creatures. Where you'll get into trouble is those creatures with 3 toughness, but there's not too many of them, and we'll try to pull a block on those guys and then pick them up with the Giant Killer after, right? The Stomp. The Giant Killer. That's what they should call this guy. So that's the deck list. I believe we talked about everything here. We have 4 Fabled Passages, which are going to, help thin our library. It helps make the mana more consistent, and most importantly, it's a double landfall trigger on Felidar Retreat. We've got the pathways here for the consistency's sake as well, and then a few basics to fill us out. Only running 23 lands, which is pretty light, but there is so much draw in the deck that you're going to almost have too much land 90% of the time, which isn't a bad thing anymore because we have the Felidar Retreat. Whereas before we got in these weird situations, we're top decking, it's land, oh my god, we're going to lose now. That's not a problem anymore. It's been mitigated. So the deck continues to improve. It continues to get stronger, more consistent. And like I said, today's win rate will just go to prove that for you guys within some of the top matches in the game. I'm having a great time. Really looking forward to Strixhaven. We've got theory crafting videos in the evenings, or depending on your time zone, and they're my evenings, I guess. And then we're doing the top Mythic gameplay as well in my mornings, I guess. So again, thank you guys so much for your support. We've got everything available to you guys within the Linktree link. It's in the description below, or you can Google Hello Good Game Linktree. Our gem giveaways, free cash prize monthly tournaments, coaching sessions that you can win. Every video you can win $10 to Great Viking Games as well by liking and commenting. All of the affiliate links are in there, whether you want to support on Amazon, through Great Viking Games, through Into the AM, by downloading Magic Gathering Arena Assistant for free, which is the in-game add-on that I use. Everybody uses it. You can download it if you're on Windows for free. There's so much more going on here than you can see on screen. It takes me hours to go through it all and describe it in depth for people, but check all those things out. Like I said, it's in the Linktree link. A massive shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy today's gameplay footage, and we'll see you soon with my wrap-up thoughts. Going first, keeping 7. Oof. Playing slow, right? Playing nice and safe. Test the water, see if it's mono red. We don't know, so I don't want to just throw an Innkeeper out to death. It is the worst situation we could have possibly entered into. We'll take the single draw here. I'm sure we'll see a frostbite here on the Innkeeper. You can hit, I guess. No interaction's really safe. We're looking for that Shadowspear. We want to grab that life gain. We want to grab Felidar Retreat, make a bunch of 2/2s. Let's let them have it. Not getting the land is pretty hurtful. The double draw is good. Should find the land. 4 Innkeepers. That's crazy. Oops. Land. Hit for 1. Everybody else can defend. Grab a red source here with the passage. We block them both. I'm sure there's an answer for them to survive, right? They have to kill one of the giant killer or the token, or they boulder rush on the champion, or they do both, right? It could be a frostbite and a boulder rush, which would really suck. But here comes the boulder rush, which we knew about. It does look like we get the robber, which is great. That's not bad at all. Take a white source here, do the double draw. We can just outvalue them. It's gonna be key. The 2 Innkeepers can attack because we're never gonna defend this. Right, we wanna keep them in play always. Four mana. Rimrock. They have another 2-drop. Bonecrusher. Spirit out, they're tapped. Third Innkeeper. Ruby. Both Innkeepers can attack. Rimrock Knight doesn't defend. Looking for the spear. Looking for the spear. Putting it on Lovestruck Beast. Okay, they've got the reach. Trade with the Rimrock Knight, that's great. Phoenix hits us. Showdown with Skalds is great. Sentinel in play. All of our important creatures can attack. 9. We don't want to ever defend with these, right? We'll just chump block with the tokens and Sentinel, stuff like this. I think we're in a fairly safe spot. I don't want to really get ahead of myself, but look at how many cards we have. Still, again, just really looking for Shadowspear. Next could be bad. Dun, 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 dun. Quadruple draw. Is that greedy? Probably. On the flyers. That's a lot of triggers. Good game. Woohoo! That's so much value. Can we view the battlefield quick? Like, 4 Edgewall Innkeepers, you know, Showdown of the Skalds, Clarion Spirit, and then we do have Toski just to go in afterwards. So, a very powerful deck when it does pop off, and I'm pretty grateful they didn't have too much removal to use on us. Going first, but there's no land, so we have to mulligan. Unless we just ride on the stomps, but I don't think that will do. We do have all of our land. We have the retreat. Remove. Keep 6. Toss the giant killer. I guess it's a start. Playing against Temur Adventures. So the Bonecrusher Giant's important. Other than that, we should just be going as fast as we can, I guess. Can't rely on top decking a land, so we have to play the passage. I guess we'd have 2 turns, but so risky. Just play it safe always. Take a white sorcerer, it doesn't matter. We do get the land to shoot. But we also shuffle from the passage, so we actually don't know. They're gonna deal with Lovestruck Beast because they want to keep us away from a henge, if they think we have it. Dinner. Free day workout in. Try to take a big hit here. This actually is mono red Obosh, it's looking like, which is more terrifying than even I could have explained. Could be worse than Temur version. Especially with the Birgi in play, because every red spell they cast, they generate 1 red mana from it, which could be a key component into the new Storm mechanics that we're going to see within Strixhaven. Like, what if you had Birgi and Goldspan in play, and you were targeting Goldspan with red spells? Wow. You could do it just like that. Now incorporate something with Magecraft as well. Magecraft to draw a card or something silly. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. So we have a passage on top of our Felidar Retreat, which is friendly. But mono red Obosh is like pretty savage, bro. Okay, we get 4 damage there. Bone crushed. So much mana. That's insane. We should really be playing from here. We'll get the Felidar Retreat after. It's fine. Just throw some decent blockers up, I guess, right? And then we could even potentially leave the passage uncracked until we play the retreat, crack it, and then stomp for the second spell on top of the spirit. All while triggering the Skalds an additional 2 times. Maybe. We'll see. I'm nervous! Oh. That kills 3 of our 4 creatures. That's ridiculous. That's so good. They hit for 7 down to 10. Whoa. Crush the Weak just ruined my day. We've got blockers, but they've got a lot of, ammunition left in their hand. I cannot believe that Crush the Weak absolutely dominated us. It's really good against our deck. Oh my God. They're doing the do. They're really doing the do. They might even be able to kill us. Take a shock and shock. There's just no getting out from this. Right, any direct damage is gonna just nuke us. Another Crush the Weak. Bro, why are you doing this to me? This guy must see a lot of aggro decks, and he's like, you know, I know just how to handle this. That's decent. Yeah, this is mono red Obosh. Crush the Weak, Demon Bolt, Birgi. Some really interesting stuff there. That's organic AF. Our opponent plays first. Well, our hand doesn't look that bad. We might pick up a 1-drop. We can get a Sentinel. Skinny shall receive! Which is quite nice because we can turn 2 Spirit and then Lovestruck Beast. Or Giant Killer. In this case, probably Giant Killer. However, Giant Killer can kill the Enforcer once it gets powered up. Right, once we're 8 in Grave plus Thought Thief in play. And now we don't have them or either. I messed that play line up. Even our land is actually messed up. We should have played this Timber Crown first. Uh-oh. So now we're screwed until we find a Plains. Blue mana's down, no counterspell. Okay, that's perfect. So we get the Flyer to block the Windrobber. They've got to remove the Spirit. More land, all without craps. Thank the Lord. Lurus over. Another Windrobber. This is to stomp Lurus, so that hurts. But it's the only way we double play. Is if we stomp and then Giant Killer. I think we just need to be aggressive. Down to 17. Maya says be aggressive. Hey Maya, never stop. Unless I say never stop. In that case, immediately stop. Thief in play, sure. No attacks. Okay, I'm fine with that. We're still below 8, so there's no sacrifice here. Unless they kill the token. No. Cool. Where in the hell is that other land? It hurts. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. They could play Lurrus and a Windrobber, in which case we should have saved our Storm. But I'm sure they're not going to play it until they can protect it, in which case we're screwed, right? And then we waited for nothing. They have Zerasan? No. They have Lurrus as a companion. Thank the Lord. They're going to counter the Bonecrusher Giant, I assume. Nope. So to counter the Giant Killer is useless, and they should have killed the Spirit beforehand if they're going to, because we got the value from it already. If they have that freaking Crippling Fear, I'm going to lose my mind. No attacks. Yeah, because Crippling Fear is not a permanent spell. Just like into the story. Alright. We only have 2 cards in hand that we don't know about. They're Thought Thief, that's brutal. Hit the mill. We're above 8. We were before 2 though. No blocks. It's great. Is that a counterspell? No, there's no holdups. We've gone plenty wide. If they don't get a wipe, we're gonna win. I think. Shouldn't say that out loud. So they must have counter magic up. This is a for sure counter. It's our second spell on the Spirit. Oof. Oof, it's story time. We send the 3/3 and the 5/5 in. 8 damage. Down to 7 potentially. First in play, no wipe. With the Windrobber on top. Okay, that's really fine. I think we just have lethal. Oh, they've got another in hand. That does help the blocking process. I don't have the right land for that. We can tap Lurrus and one of these, right? Because we don't have the land, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can tap Lurrus and that leaves them 3 blockers. They block the 5/5, the 3/3, the 2/2. We hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we can even do this. I'm pretty sure that's lethal. I do math poorly all the time. But I think this should do, right? They've got 3 blockers. They block the 3/3 and then a 2/2. And then we hit for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. GG's. Casually beating a top 25 rogue player. Woof. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. You know, that was a good match. I'm really lucky to have made it out alive. A little bit of a mishap early on with the mana, and it just goes to show that when mistakes are made, you can still recover from them, right? Even against the best decks in the game, with some really good play lines as well. GG's. I think we already did the whole good game situation. We'll send them some love on their way as well, because I always feel like rogue players need a little extra love. All right, this hand is not good. 4-drop, 4-drop, 4-drop. We have a 2-drop, but, you know, this is the riskiest thing I've ever done in my life. We pick up a 4th land, we don't play the passage. If we don't, maybe we do. Well, non-creature at least, so there goes the retreat. Or the Skalds is higher value than the retreat, let's be honest. Pick up a 1-drop. Which is absolutely useless right now. But whatever, let's get the party on the go. Believe in the land draw. Oh! Get the land. Just playing 1 for 1 until we get our retreat, and then we just, you know, get that land advantage, the land value. Croxa? Is that you, Croxa? Lowstrider's 3 CMC 2 for some reason. What if we brought in half-point CMCs? Lowstrider should easily be 3.5 CMC. Or mana value. Is that what the kids are saying these days, right? Let's play some Jenga here with these tokens. Just don't pull the bottom one out on me, bro. So they've got 3 in hand, 1 foretold. What is foretold? Is it poison the cup? I feel like it has to be. Twinkle in house forces us to sack, discard, draw. Oops, life. What's going on here with Rankle? I'm fine with a discard. I'm sure they are too, though, right? Using Rakdos colors. Nothing. Two Fabled Passages on top of a retreat is, like, really good news for us. It's unfortunate that we don't have other tokens in play. Two cards in hand. Oh no. They're gonna take our spirit and sack their own Rankle, which isn't actually that bad of news. I mean, it's still terrible. Don't know if it's actually worth it. Rankle's far superior. It's gotta be the land. Right, I'm not giving them shit. Jegantha's a good character to give them, though. Don't like that. We can kill it. Ah, but they get it. I hate them taking my passages! He's done it right now. What a jerk. They've even got some shenanigans, but they're held up on passages. If they have Crush the Weak, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. Honestly, I will freak out if they have Crush the Weak in their hand. Oh man, that would be just the worst possible scenario. Especially if that's what's foretold. Don't do it. Don't do... Okay, it is just Poison the Cup. Sure. We can discard the forest. Sacking a token. And they're out of cards. So there is hope. We're killing Tigrid next turn. So we're A-okay here. All is well. Taking my land away from me. Boy! Do you think that's funny? We have 5 mana. So... Well, 6 actually, because the land. We might win this. More dogs. I guess these are cats, not dogs. Whoa. Those are big kitties. We should have put on one that's attacking this turn. Being greedy. Getting ahead of myself. I think this is a very good game. We hit with everyone. They've got no defenders. Oh my gosh, now the 7. The deck pops. Felidar Retreat is just a really nice fit within the deck. We dropped some Luminarch Aspirants, which typically only distribute 1/1 tokens. But here, it's a little bit more expensive, yes, but we can distribute 1/1 tokens to everyone, plus give them Vigilance, which is amazing. And we can also just make the 2/2s, which is quite successful for us as well. Hey, yo, River! We're still doing it, right? We're still holding our rank. 47. Look at us go. I started the day at like 60. We climbed up top 50. That's better this far into the season than I normally do. Typically, we immediately start playing jank, falling rank, but I've been trying to update some of my favorite top tier decks and try them out at this level, because every now and again you get a comment on YouTube that's like, this deck sucks, I hate you for making me waste my wildcards on it. And it's like, no, I like that deck. It's a good deck, I swear. So I want to, go ahead and, play all those decks that I've been liking a little bit to their highest level, just to show that it's possible. And, eventually, our rank's going to slip and we're going to turn into the Jank Lord. I really like when a new set is released though, because the meta isn't fully defined yet. The good cards haven't been identified. So when there is a new release of cards to the pool, I have a ton of fun as a deck builder because I can go into Janktown while remaining competitive, because you know the meta is just a flurry of confusion at the time. So I'm really looking forward to Strixhaven. You know, we've got a few days left. I think today is the 6th, and it comes out on the 16th for everybody, and the pre-release will be on the 15th. So about 9 days left, and you know, I'm counting down every sleep. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to help support the channel. Support on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube through our Amazon link. Your daily purchases can go through that. I get 3% if you can believe it or not. Baller! You can also purchase your MTG Arena code through Grey Viking Games. I get 15% here, I believe. 15 or 10? 10, I think. And then into the AM, I'm going to grab 10% from them as well. So massive shout out to all of you supporting the channel, watching all the videos, liking, showing up to the premieres, and partaking in our community events. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon in the next.